Okay, everyone, let's do some videos reviewing IM3 first semester. Here we go. So one thing about IM3 you'll note is there's going to be a lot of polynomials, a lot more graphing, a lot more factoring, because that's how we find our roots or zeros, as we like to call them. But anyways, on this one, notice how the 6, the 4, and the 16 are all multiples of 2. And also notice how they all have an x term in them. Well, therefore, I'm going to do a 2 and an x for my greatest common factor, GCF. So let's see what we end up with here. I know 2 times 3 is 6. X squared times x is x cubed. Another thing you could do is just take this and divide into each one. Okay, same result. Notice the minus, and then the 4 you see divided by the 2 is 2, and the x squared divided by the x is x. And then finally we have another minus, and 16x divided by 2x is simply 8. So far we have 2x, don't need parentheses there. So far we have a 2x times 3x squared minus 2x minus 8. Now what we got to do is check this expression because it potentially also could be factored. So we'll have a 2x here, but we're going to kind of ignore it now. I know 3x times x is 3x squared. I know 2 times 4 is 8. Let's see here. 12 and 2 will not make a minus 2. Let's go ahead and switch them. So let's go ahead and do 4 times 2 instead. So right here I get a 4. 2 times 3 is 6x. Aha! I know a 4 minus a 6 is negative 2. So a plus here gives me my plus 4x. A minus here gives me my minus 6x. This is the complete factored form of our original expression given. Pause the video if you need to. But this is definitely one you ought to just write down and try again, guys. Okay? Good one to practice. Okay, on this one here, it's going to get a little bit easier, hopefully. Notice much easier. Now, we could do quadratic formula, guys. We could cheat, by the way, and just plug it in and see which one works. Okay, but let's do it straight up legit here. I'm going to factor it. I know x times x is x squared. I know 3 times 2 will give me the 6. How do I get this minus x in the middle? Is I'm going to do minus 3 plus 2. And we know it's already equal to 0 right there. So solving that for 0, we know 3 minus 3 is 0. Negative 2 plus 2 will make it a 0 there. We're using what we call the 0 property. And that's why the answer is actually A. Pause the video again if you need to. Okay, this one right here, guys. Now, sometimes they by the way, love to use powers. So what I recommend you do is go ahead and write it out. Let me be a little bit neater here. Go ahead and write it out. Expand it out. Okay, now, I know 5 times 5a is 25a squared. Notice they all have 25a squared. I know that 6 times 5 is 30a. Let me use red because that shows up more than green. So 6 times 5 is 30a. And 6 times 5 is 30a. Again, together that's 60a. So you could see already that's going to be my answer. And of course, 6 times 6 is 36. So that's why the answer is D. Let's squeeze in one more here, guys. So this one here, they want us to factor again. Notice how they all have 2's in them. So my GCF this time is going to be a 2. 2 times x squared is 2x squared. 2 times 2x here will give me my 4x. And then, of course, 2 times a minus 8. Watch your signs. Minus 16 means I need a minus 8 there. Now, again, we got to try to factor that as well. So there is a 2, as you can see here. Now, you could automatically cancel those out by the third one, because notice the 2x right there. Right there. So it's either A, B, or D, right? Well, let's see what else we got here. Let's go ahead and factor the x squared, which is x times x. And the 8 is 4 times 2. And the way I'm going to get this 2x right here is I'm going to do a plus 4 minus 2. So if we look at our answers, that's obviously wrong. That one is correct. Watch your signs. See right here, by the way, how they flip signs on you guys? That's what you have to be careful of on these kind of tests. Okay? But anyways, guys, this is some good problems you ought to practice. One thing I'll remind you is when you watch my videos, always pause it and maybe try the problem before you see me work them out. And the bottom line is we just did 4 problems. You can see we're going to have to factor good. We're going to have to use a zero property good. This one we didn't solve where we would get -4 and 2 here, for instance. But that's going to happen a lot. And the one thing missing from this video is anything dealing with graphing, which we'll have to put in a separate video. But you got to know your polynomials, guys. You got to know your graphing. You got to know how to factor, bottom line. So I'll see you later, guys. This, again, is the first of a series of videos reviewing key concepts in IM3 first semester.